Hey YouTube, this is Saffron DB for all, and I have another comic book review for you. Today I'm reviewing Ultimate Comics Wolverine vs. Hulk. Published by Marvel, of course. Written by one of the co-creators of Lost, Damon Lindelof, and art by Leinil Francis Yu. I think didn't he do Dark Avengers? I'm pretty sure that guy did Dark Avengers, and he did Millar's Superior. Was it Superior? It was something like that. Now, of course, by the title of your name, you're expecting an epic fight between Wolverine and Hulk. You do not get that epic fight in here, my friend. You do not get that epic fight. Which is my first complaint of this fucking book! You gotta be fucking shitting me! I've heard a lot of good things. And I think a lot of the praise of this book is, one, it's written by one of the creators of Lost. Two, there's a lot of cool moments in this book. Even I thought there was a lot of cool moments in this book that were pretty awesome to look at. That's because of the great art and the disturbing mind that wrote it. But this book suffers from being written by a TV writer. And TV writers, they have to have lots of setup, lots of tension, and the fights are always brief. They're satisfying but brief. Now that's good for TV. But when translated into comic books, that's not good. It does not translate good. Because in comic books, we're used to epic fights. Not here. The fight with okay, it starts with Wolverine is in the snow bleeding. Then you see Wolverine talking with Nick Fury, and Nick Fury wants Wolverine to go and kill the Hulk. They dropped a bomb on this motherfucker and he still wouldn't die. And after meeting Jennifer Walters, Dr. Jennifer Walters, in the 616 universe, the main Marvel universe, she was a lawyer. Here she's a scientist, like Bruce. I don't know if they're cousins in this universe. I don't think so. They haven't brought up. And you have Betty Ross. And they're talking about, Bruce Banner and blah 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 blah. Then you have introduction of the Hulk, and Wolverine finds the Hulk in Tibet in a monastery, I think, and what he finds there is very surprising. There's a lot of flashbacks here, but I'm going to sum up the story. Wolverine goes to hunt the Hulk. He loses. Shield captures him. He goes back to fight the Hulk, but they don't really fight. They have just a showdown, and that's it. And you have 5 issues of setup, a lot of talking, too much talking. Though I gotta admit, the art is beautiful. I love the art. The art is great. There's nothing wrong with the art. But the action, there's like next to no action. There's like 3 fights in this entire book, and they're all brief. You do get to meet She-Hulk in this book, and She-Hulk, it's not who you think it is, but I'm pretty sure you'll figure out who it is. I will say it's not Jennifer Walters, who was She-Hulk in the 616 universe, but you'll figure it out. I have major problems with this book, but I'll go with my dislikes. Before before you have the final showdown. Well, sorry, it starts off the showdown, but you have like Bruce Banner. After getting bombed, he tries to find an inner peace. Blah blah blah. He gets that to Tibetan monastery, and you have this whole drama with him and Betty, which is good, but it goes for a versus comic versus storyline. You need to have action. It's good to have drama. It's good to have romance. It's good to have all that. Like, there's a lot of good things about this comic book. You have great art, good dialogue, cool characters, cool cameos. Not really cameos. Iron Man's here, and you see Forge and Captain America. There's good gore, and there's a lot of tension. But when you finally get the payoff to all this tension set up, it's not satisfying. Dislikes. Very few fights. All of them are really fast. Too much setup. Too many flashbacks. Annoying references. They reference. This was before the Star Trek movie, and they talk about Star Trek here and there, which was directed by J.J. Abrams, who was a creator of Lost. Jesus Christ. And my main problem with this book, you might consider it a spoiler, but in the fucking cover, it shows Hulk ripping Wolverine in half. That's the first issue. Wolverine in the snow, who's ripped in half. And Hulk throws his legs up a mountain. Wolverine has to climb up the mountain to get to his own legs. And when he finally gets there, Hulk's standing in front of him. That was a pretty cool scene. I know I'm spoiling this, but this was on the fucking cover that Wolverine gets ripped in half. I do like the fact that they do make Wolverine's skeleton, like, I always thought it was bullshit that it's unbreakable. Newsflash, nothing's unbreakable. Everything's resistant. Like, there's no such thing as bulletproof, waterproof. Everything's resistant. I even talked to a cop about, like, bulletproof vests. Do they actually work? And he's like, they work again. And he even told me himself it only works for small arms. But up close and personal, bam, it's nothing. No such thing like as unbreakable or proof anything. Everything has its breaking point, and it's cool they bring that up here. Spoiler on the cover, people, there's too much fucking talking. And I'm okay with talking. I like talking. Is like a lot of talking dialogue. It's good to set up story. It's good to set up tension. Like a lot of Batman: The Killing Joke, which is my favorite Batman story next to A Death in the Family, it's all about setting up tension, all about talking. But when it gets to that when it gets to the third act, it's fucking epic. It's mad satisfying. Like, I had a fucking geekgasm at the final act of Killing Joke. Hell, even in Death of Family. This here, they talk it out. They talked it out. I'm sorry, but I want to see the two most powerful Marvel characters beat the shit out of each other, and you don't get that. And with a versus comic, you should get that. I'm sorry, that's fucking bullshit. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad book. I would never say this is a bad book, but it's misleading as hell, and you're not gonna get what you want. This is it suffers a lot from that TV style of writing. Also, She-Hulk is kind of a slew in here, and there's this whole thing. I'm gonna spoil this. In this book, Betty Ross is still in love with Bruce Banner. Even though, if you ever anyone who read Ultimates knows that Betty Ross fucking hates Bruce Banner, fucking hates the Hulk. There was no way she would be in love with him. She cheated on him with Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr. of all people. And told him about it. Like, at least, did he? Did she? Whatever. She fucking hates the Hulk. And you expect me to believe that she tries to save him? She's still in love with him and tries to save him? Bullshit, motherfucker. Bullshit. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Also, in the beginning of the book, Bruce Banner wanted to die, and when that third act, when Logan finds a way to kill him, Banner's begging for his life. When he just wanted to die, when he thought he should deserve to die, but that all changes when Betty comes back in the picture. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry, but I gotta give this. I'm giving it just a rental. It's not a bad book. I want to give it a low rating, but it has great art, great dialogue, great setup. I really love the dialogue and interactions with the characters. But I'm sorry, Wolverine doesn't talk this much. It is a good book, but I can't imagine someone reading this a second time, and they just wanted, I don't know, if they just really liked, Ultimate Wolverine or whatever. If you're a fan of Lost, you might like, and you're a fan of comics, you're probably gonna like this. I'm not a fan of Lost. I did like it, but I don't know. I'm just giving it just a rental. It's a 3 out of 5. I want to give it lower, but I'm not. It's an alright book. If you want to see a huge, like a good fight between Wolverine and Hulk, watch Hulk versus Wolverine, or read Marvel versus Hulk versus the Marvel Universe. That has a lot of great fights with Hulk. One of them is a fight between Hulk and Wolverine, and it's written by Peter David, who's probably the best Hulk writer there is, and art by Todd McFarlane. It's a great issue. Check that out. If you want to see a great fight between Hulk and Wolverine, read that. But this isn't it, but still a good read. It's just a rental 3 out of 5. See you later.